What's this? A new package? Well, we can't just let that sit unopened now, can we? Yeah, I'm really hoping this item I bought off eBay, which is supposed to be featured in a future video, I'm really hoping this didn't sustain any major damage in transit, but we're about to find out. So here we go. We're gonna unbox a mystery item. Well, it'll be in the title of the video, so you'll know what it is, but anyways, got this on eBay for about $30 with shipping included. And this is an item that was covered on several YouTube channels, including the Flying Scotsman and Elmo 3, and I believe even Colin at This Does Not Compute had this. But I swear, every single time I buy a laptop on eBay, it doesn't get packaged correctly. So I'm hoping we don't have that same problem here, but let's see what we get, because this was not packaged very well, even with the packing pellets, and I'm afraid of certain doom in the form of this laptop. So let's see what we got here. I'm recording this on the floor because I really don't have any other place to do it. Alright, so what is it? Well, if you guessed an IBM ThinkPad R51e, you are correct. You will get 5 cookies for that. Now, I bought this without a hard drive or battery, but yes, this is an R51e. Okay, I was a little bit concerned because at first it looked like this wasn't an R51e, but yeah, there we go. Intel Pentium M needs a new sticker for Windows XP, but that's what that would have said there. I'm honestly surprised that this is in the condition it's in. This is in the keyboard. Look at this. These keycaps have no noticeable wear at all, even the space bar. That's pretty amazing. Got your track stick here. Buttons have no wear on them. That's good. Screen looks to be in decent condition. It's even got the Think light up there. I can see it. Yeah, this looks like a nice machine. All right, well, anyways, let's go over let me just take the camera out of the tripod here, well, my mini tripod. Take a look at the ports. So on this side, you got the hard drive cover, which this did not come with a hard drive, so I'm hoping this has the caddy in there, but I need to go grab my screwdriver set to get to do that. You got our DVD-ROM drive here, VGA out with the screws, always a nice touch. And actually, these optical drives, you can actually, if you push this tab, well, I can't do it on camera, but if you push that tab, you can actually pull it out. DC in jack, DB25 parallel there, Kensington lock, 2 USB 2.0 ports, 56K modem, which it looks, actually no, never mind, it looked like there was a bent pin in there, but it's actually not. Probably 10100 Ethernet, doubt if that's gigabit, headphone, microphone, TRS jacks, cooling vent, and a PCMCIA card slot here. So let me go grab my screwdriver. We'll see if this, and we'll go ahead and, I have a hard drive I can throw in here, and also a battery to put in, and we'll see if this thing fires up. Place your bets now. Is this gonna have a caddy, or am I gonna be buying a caddy? What do you think? Place your bets. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. And the answer is, if you guessed there is no caddy, you would be absolutely correctamundo, because there's no caddy. But the good thing is, I don't think you can probably see that, but this does not require one of those special edge connectors. I know Dell loved those things. So I have with me this Fujitsu hard drive, unsure of the capacity because it doesn't say, but it was manufactured in February of 2004. So I'm going to stick this in here. I believe it goes like this. I'll go ahead and get the battery, and we'll see if this thing fires up. So, actually, let me grab the battery now. Might as well do it while it's on camera. So here's the battery I picked up. Got this on Amazon for about $10 with free shipping, because I'm an Amazon Prime member. And please bear with me with the less than desirable camera work. I'm still in the process of getting a tripod for my main camera. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and slip this battery in there. And I think that hard drive's in. Maybe not. It's wiggling around. Let me get this hard drive in, and then we'll see if this thing boots to anything. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got the hard drive installed. Let's see if this battery has any juice. And apparently it does, because we got lights. All right, let me hit the Access IBM button to interrupt normal startup here. I believe you hit Access IBM to interrupt normal startup, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe you don't. All right, let's try that again. Let's reboot the computer. We'll try that one more time. I can definitely hear the hard drive spinning, so I know it's chewing on something. Okay, plus the blue Think. Oh, it even says Think Vantage. There we go. All right, F1 for setup. There we go. I like how, and you can tell this is one of the last IBM ThinkPads because on the BIOS screen you saw it said Lenovo. So these computers came out around the time when IBM sold their Think series line to Lenovo. Anyways, so there we go. BIOS version 153, 1.53, dated February 9th, 2006. Intel Pentium M processor, 1.86 gigahertz, gigabyte of RAM. Nice. So we can definitely run more than Windows XP on here. Let's see if it detects the hard drive. Boot. Okay, yep, there it is. Fujitsu hard drive. It detects it. Always a good sign. That means it's in correctly. All right. Let's see if the date and time's right. April 30th. And that is showing 7:45, and it is actually 5:23. So let me tone that down a little bit. So we'll say 5:25 in the evening. Whoops. I guess you can't go up. Okay, fine. We'll just leave it as it is. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so save and exit F10. Yes. All right. Cool. Let me go grab my Windows XP CD and we'll see if we can get Windows on this thing. Here we go. Okay, it is time to install Windows on this bad boy. Now the hard drive I put in actually has a copy of Windows XP Pro on it. Unsure of the service pack because it came from a Dell Optiplex SX270. And actually, I should probably move the camera back so you can actually see the screen. So I'm not sure what's on that drive. I don't really want to find out. I got the computer from work, the SX270. It didn't work, so I scrapped it for parts. So I just transplanted its hard drive in here. And I'm getting more texts. Anyways, let's get on without further interruption with installing Windows XP. And hopefully the optical drive on this computer works. So we want a temporary startup device. So I'm putting in my XP CD. I just noticed though, this faded Windows XP sticker makes a handy mirror. As you can see, you can kind of see my reflection in there. Alrighty, enough BS. Let's get on with XP. Okay, so the drive, it looks like it's spun up, so I'm gonna go from the CD-ROM. Press any key to boot from CD, good. Always a good sign when you see that. And there we go, loading Windows setup. Yep, this is a familiar sight to any Windows fanboy or girl out there, is the Windows XP setup. Anyone who grew up in the 2000s like me, or was born in the late 90s and grew up in the 2000s, almost every millennial will remember Windows XP. Yep, so I'm just glad, considering how poorly this was packaged, I'm just glad that this computer didn't sustain any major damage. Because I thought for sure, because actually I bought a Fujitsu, the video may or may not be up at this point when I record this video, but yeah, I bought a Fujitsu Lifebook B something, frick, I forgot the model number, but yeah, but it arrived damaged because the seller did not package it correctly, and two of the corners got chipped off. So a message to all eBay sellers: when you sell your laptop, package it properly, please. Pretty please, with a cherry on top. Oh, and you know what else I just noticed about this computer? There is no Windows key on this keyboard. No, there is no Windows key. Look at that. It just has Control and Alt. And the weird thing is, this thing has a Windows XP Professional COA on the bottom. So I wonder why IBM didn't put a Windows key on this thing. Actually, let me test to see if the ThinkLight works. Yep, ThinkLight does work. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. It's got an amber ThinkLight, but it works. Yeah, the ThinkLight, for those who don't know ThinkPads, who aren't too familiar with ThinkPads, the ThinkLight was designed so that you could, it was like the poor man's version of a backlit keyboard. So all you little rats today with your backlit MacBook Pros, yeah, this was the predecessor to that. Okay, welcome to setup. Let's see if it finds the hard drive. The BIOS did, but let's see. The good news is this is an IDE hard drive, and obviously, so we don't have to go into the BIOS and change SATA settings because Windows XP obviously doesn't, well, Windows XP setup obviously doesn't really like SATA drives. So, examining startup environment. Oh, I wonder if it's going to find, no, maybe it didn't. Hold on a second, F8. Yeah, it looks like it looks like there's two partitions on here, so this definitely had Windows XP, but it doesn't look like the original partition because I don't see a Dell system partition on here. So here's what we'll do. We're going to, oh, I guess I can't delete, oh, because it's unpartitioned space, that's why. Delete, Enter, L, get rid of that partition. And yeah, let's just go for the gold. Let's install Windows XP. Do I really want to do a full format? This is a 40 gigabyte, it's a 40 gig drive. Decisions. Try saying that 10 times fast. You know what, I'm going to do it for the sake of this video. I'm going to do a quick format. I know full format is probably what I should have done, but you know what, with XP, and since this already had XP on it anyways, I'm just going to do a quick format, and you know, maybe later if I ever decide to put Windows Vista or Windows 7 on this computer, or just put in another drive, then maybe I'll do a full format. But for now, I'm just going to do a quick format. All right, so it's copying the setup files. I will go ahead and let Windows do what it needs to do, and I'll catch you when we hit the GUI. Brings a tear to my joy every time to see that Windows XP logo. If you're curious, on my iMac over there, I'm working with a Vista installation because I wanted to test a Vista ISO I downloaded from ISO River to see if it would allow for upgrading, because a lot of Vista Business ISOs did not allow for an in-place upgrade, and I am planning to do an upgrade fest on this computer from Windows XP probably up to Windows 8 if I can, because theoretically, the Pentium M in here is a Dothan Pentium M, and unlike what happened with Colin at This Does Not Compute, where he had a Celeron M, which was a Pentium M class Celeron, it didn't support, it had PAE support, but because it was a Banias Pentium, or a Celeron M, it had that bug where it didn't report correctly that it had PAE. This is a Dothan Pentium M, so theoretically, this should report correctly that it supports PAE and should therefore be able to run a 32-bit version of Windows 8 or Windows 10. But we'll get to that later. For now, let me go ahead and pause the video. We'll come back when we enter in the information. Catch you on the other side. Alrighty, so we are ready to set up Windows. So let me type my name in here. And my company is Northeast Mac. Product key. Let me pause and I'll be right back. Looks like my product key worked, so we'll call this, what do I want to call this computer? I did not think about a name. How about we this? We'll call this NE Think-PC. Admin password. Well, I think it's obvious what I'm going to put in here, which is Weed123. Okay. All right, we are in the Eastern time zone. the time is not right. The date's right, but the time's not. It is 5:44, so we'll say 5:44. And we'll hit next. And it's probably not going to get any more drivers other than the basics, but you know what? That's what Snappy Driver Installer is for. I'll catch you when this finishes. And of course, I didn't show the rest of the XP install because guess what? The footage got corrupted. Yay! But at least you get to see this. I caught it after I installed Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, and I got all the drivers installed too, if that really matters. But yeah, look at this. This is an ATI Radeon Express 200 video card. Look at how well, and the audio's not playing because I don't have the drivers for the audio controls yet, but yeah, look at how well Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 runs on a computer from 2006 with an ATI Radeon Express 200 video card. This is definitely playable. I mean, it's not the greatest frame rate, not the smoothest, but there's very little lag, and it's just amazing how these ATI graphics cards were able to pull off video performance on games like RCT3. So overall, IBM, you made a damn good product. Anyways, yeah, I guess I'll X out of this so I can show you Windows actually running on here. But yeah, as you can see, fresh install of Windows XP. It even got some updates too. Got all the drivers there. The only thing I didn't install was the modem, but I install all my drivers manually because I'm old school. So anyways, let me go ahead and take a look at the specs of this machine, because we already saw some in the BIOS. So there are your specs. Pentium M, 1.86 gigahertz. It says 896 megabytes of RAM, but that's because the video card is using some of the RAM. So it's but it's 1 gigabyte of RAM. Go into, oh, that's right, there's no Windows key on this, right. You open up MS Info 32 here. I'm so used to being able to just hit Windows R to go to a run box, but I can't because this doesn't have a Windows key. Is it going to do anything? Hello? Hello? System information crashed my system. Oh, never mind, it didn't. Okay, it got hung up there for a second, but yeah. Yeah, there's the system info if you so desire to read all of that. Not software environment components. Yep. So there you go. Windows XP Professional. So tune in next time, and we'll probably be doing an upgrade fest on this one. We're probably going to go Vista, Windows 7, and hopefully, assuming the CPU can support PAE, or will report correctly that it supports PAE, we might go to Windows 8, and maybe 10, but I don't know if I'll push it. Maybe I'll go to 8, but we'll see. Anyways, take care, guys.